It's been just 6 months since the release of his first solo album, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, but already the singer-songwriter is playing to capacity crowds. The music on this album, I think like most of your music, is brilliant. It's brilliant and
very well crafted.
Very well crafted.
Deceptively fantastic lyrics, brilliantly played, with the minimum of fuss, and criminally underrated, particularly in America.
The lyrics did. I think the lyrics are more romantic than most other songs you've written.
My wife would say that I'm not romantic at all, but I would say that I'm the ultimate romancer, you know, because I write about things that... Because life is brilliant. If only you could see it, do you know what I mean? But people in the alternative music scene or the indie music scene, where I came from, they like to sing about the news, don't they? There's nothing good on the news.
Gallagher's solo success is probably not surprising. It was he, after all, who penned the lion's share of Oasis hits. Do you ever think, going back to those times, it amazes you that all the ambitions and dreams from that time have been fulfilled?
Half of me is arrogant enough to think, well, why wouldn't it? We were great. But the other part of you is just a kid on the dole from Manchester who thinks, well, it doesn't happen to people like me, do you know what I mean? So, every step we went up, it was fascinating. But yeah, I've never been overawed by any of it, really. I'm afraid I am that arrogant.
As the balance between those two people within you, you say there's the kid on the dole and there's also the kind of arrogant side of you that thinks, I always thought it was a good record. Has that balance changed at all?
Well, only in the sense that now people know who I am. I mean, you still can't make people buy a record, and the sooner that changes, the better. And God damn it, if I was Prime Minister, I'd change that.
Did you ever have kind of tougher times?
I never had a breakdown. I know, you know, most people have breakdowns, don't they, and go and see a psychiatrist and all that. We just got stuck into more drugs. When
you knocked drugs on the head or stopped doing drugs, it was a
black day.
It was a black day.
It was a black day. I don't know what I was thinking of.
But it seemed a very pragmatic decision.
Well, you know, to be quite honest, vanity more than anything took over there. Where it's like, you can't be doing drugs when you're approaching your mid-30s and getting in. And I've got, you know, I couldn't do it now. I've got kids anyway. Do you know what I mean? But it ain't. There comes a point where it's not cool anymore, and I just couldn't be bothered anymore. And I wanted a change of friends, and I wanted a change of scene, and that was it. You know, I didn't wean myself off it. A little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less. It was like, no more, that's it. It was going right up and then just stopped. I've got the will of an Iron Man.
Do you think that helped you kind of sail through the success as you did, rather than going down those roads of kind of anxiety?
I like to enjoy myself, and I certainly did back then. And I was never ashamed of the success, because all my success and the band's success, we created that. No producer created it. Nobody wrote those songs for me. No producer was in the studio telling me what to play, or no superstar DJ kid done the funky remix. I wrote those songs on my own, you know, living in bedsits. So all the money that I got, I was never ashamed of it. If I spend 50 grand on a fur coat, I'll spend it. And then I'll sling it afterwards. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't get that money off the state. I didn't win it in the pools. I didn't do the lottery. I'm not some lucky bastard. I grafted for it all. Do you know what I mean?
But as yet, Gallagher's success has not taken the shape of a Grammy Award. Some critics would argue Oasis didn't export to America as well as some of the other great British bands that come from these shores.
Not that I've got to justify it, but we did sell out the Hollywood Bowl and Madison Square Gardens regularly, and I've got gold discs, and, you know, I've got platinum discs. I've got you know, I've got the house to prove it, Sonny Jim. You don't get that from selling records in Dagenham, let me tell you. Today was gonna be the day. We got off on the wrong foot with Americans. Americans are extremely professional corporate people. And we kind of treated that attitude with a bit of contempt. You know, 4 tours in a row were either never started or never finished. We didn't have a front man like Bono or Chris Martin. You know, we had a different kind of front man. It was like Johnny Rotten, do you know what I mean? And, but there you go. But I don't think anybody in Oasis would look back on it with any regret. I remember once doing that. It was the first, well, the only time I've ever been on the cover of Rolling Stone. And they'd set aside 8 hours for a photo shoot. 8 hours for a photo shoot. I think we stayed for 1 hour and 45 minutes. And then we left. We haven't got time for that. You know, minibar was open, wasn't it?